Hi guys. My shirt looks so wrinkly. I don't know why. It's not that wrinkly in person, I promise. Today, I'm gonna do a little bookshelves tour because my shelves are full now. I've been living in this apartment for less than a year and I've already managed to fill up my entire bookcase. But first, I'm gonna do an unboxing because I bought more books. I got 5 books from Barnes & Noble and I'm gonna open them here. Oh. Okay, first of all, I got Love and Mist by Susie Boyd. I got this for one main reason, and that's just because I love the cover. I love the cover. Some people might find it unsettling, especially the baby's face, but I don't know. I find this cover so attractive. Something about these people, I don't know. I'm instantly drawn to them and I instantly want to know more. I also got Slow Days, Fast Company, The World, the Fresh, and LA by Eve Babbitt. And alongside Babbitt, I also got Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. And I got these two together because I think I want to film a video where I read these together because I've never read Joan Didion or Eve Babbitt before. So I felt like I could read these two because I've heard these two are like, I wouldn't say the best, but I've heard a lot of good things about both of these books, so I thought I might start with them. I also got My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Ottessa Moshfegh. I've never read Ottessa Moshfegh either, even though I've heard so many good things about her work, so I'm excited to get started with this one. And finally, I got Outline by Rachel Cusk. Surprisingly, I've never read Rachel Cusk either. I don't know why, I've just never gotten around to reading Rachel Cusk. So I might read her for a video too. I don't know, I feel like these 3 authors are kind of iconic, Rachel Cusk, Babbitt, and Didion, so that's why I got those books. That's just a little mini haul of the books that I got. Anyways, time for the bookshelf tour. So this is gonna be a part 1 because these are not all the books that I have. I only have these books with me at my apartment, but at my parents' house, I have another like wall of books, and then I also have a little line of books as well on my desk. So I'm gonna film part 2 when I go back home and I'm able to show you the rest of my books, but for now, we'll just work with this. And I don't have anywhere to put this. I've filled up my entire bookcase and I don't really have room anymore. I guess we'll see what I do. But anyways, I don't necessarily have a particular order in the way that I organize it only because my bookshelf is small and I know where everything is pretty much, and so I don't really need a specific system to locate books. I can just, like, I already know where they are. But there is a little bit of organization. Like, I pair books together. You'll see. The top shelf are kind of like my most important books, and then it just sort of decreases with importance as you go down. These ones in the corner are like my bigger hardcovers. So these are like the bigger size hardcovers. So I have All Fours by Miranda July. I have The Safekeep by Yale Vanderwoden, which I haven't read yet, but I have read this one. This Other Eden by Paul Harding, which is signed by Paul Harding. Yeah. The Wedding People, which I haven't read yet. I Went to See My Father by Kyung-Suk Shin. I have not read that one either. I have The Sisters K by Maureen Sun. Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I've been meaning to read this one for a really long time. I just haven't gotten to it yet because it's so long and the length of the book itself is kind of daunting to me. But I've heard so many good things about it, and I think it's like for the New York Times 100 Best Books of the Century So Far list by readers. I think this is #1 or something, so I have to read this soon. Martyr by Kaveh Akbar, which I have read and I have loved. Wellness by Nathan Hill, which is one of my favorite books of 2024. Excellent book. Oh my god. It's only because I'm like an English and psychology major. This just combines my 2 worlds perfectly. It's amazing. I love it so much. I kind of just have them here. They're on my most important shelf for no reason. What I mean by most important is mostly this side of the shelf, and I'll get to that in a second. And now these books over here are sort of like my automatic purchase authors, if that makes any sense. Well, maybe Naoise Dolan. I'm not sure about her. I just put her here because I have both of her books, and these are all like my authors who I have multiple books of. But I've read The Happy Couple by Naomi Stolen, and I really, really like it. I have not read Exciting Times yet, but the rest of the authors are like my automatic purchase authors. So first of all, I have, obviously, the queen herself. Han Gang, I have all of her works. I have The Vegetarian, Human Acts, The White Book, Greek Lessons, and We Do Not Part. I've read all of them except for these two. I have not read The White Book and Greek Lessons yet, but the other three I have read and I have loved. So I love Han Gang. She's an amazing writer. Her prose just stuns me, and I'm obsessed with that girl. Next is obviously the queen herself, my favorite woman ever, Miss Sally Rooney. Miss Sally Rooney. I love Sally Rooney. I read all of her books in the span of like 6 months, I think. It was, I devoured them all. It was so good. I was first introduced to Sally Rooney with Normal People, and I love Normal People. I think this is still my favorite Sally Rooney to date. And the only one that's able to come close was Intermezzo. Dare I say, it might have been better than Normal People. But yeah, I have all of her books. I have Conversations with Friends, Normal People, Beautiful World, Where Are You? And obviously, Intermezzo. All of these are the US edition except for Beautiful World, Where Are You? This is the British version, or like the UK version. This one was published by Faber and Faber. I wish I got the US version though. That's my one regret, is that I don't really like the UK version that much, only because the pages are stiff. They're not floppy like the US one. The US one is extremely floppy, and the color, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the color of this book is a little bit on the greener side. The cover of the US edition is like this beautiful blue looking cover, and I love that color so much, and I love that cover. But this one just has this green tint to it that I don't necessarily like. It's fine. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy another copy of the book. I highly recommend Sally Rooney if you haven't read her yet. Sally Rooney is the one who sort of introduced me to this no plot, just vibes category of literature. And from then on, I've been trying to discover literature like Sally Rooney. And there are a few times where I've come close, but I've never had the same thrill like I've had with Sally Rooney. So I'm obsessed with this author. I will read anything she puts out. Her books just have like a safe place in my heart. One author who has been able to come close to Sally Rooney is Kitamura. Kitamura. I have 3 of her books. I don't have her first 2. I don't have The Long Shot and Gone to the Forest, just because I don't think those are really my vibe. I think her latter 3 books are more up my alley. But I have A Separation, Intimacies, and Audition. When I read Intimacies, my worldview was changed, literally. Like, it's such a brilliant book, and I can't look at the world the same anymore. Everything is a performance. Who are we? What is our real identity? Who are we to other people? How do we become intimate with other people? How do we form relationships? She just opened my mind to a different world, and I'm so forever grateful. But I love Kitamura along with Sally Rooney. Those two are like top tier authors for me. Top tier. In the corner over here, I have R.O. Kwan's books. I have both of them. This one is The Incendiaries and Exhibit, which are both signed by her. This one is Exhibit, and this one is The Incendiaries. This one's personally signed. I got my name. She signed my name and stuff. R.O. Kwan is also an automatic purchase author for me, but her books have not been my favorite. I met R.O. Kwan at a book festival, and I got to hear her talk, and I got to talk to her while she signed my books, and I just love that woman. She's so intelligent. She knows what she's talking about, and she's incredibly funny. I was charmed by her. From that point on, I've decided that I'm gonna be an R.O. Kwan fan. This middle shelf are kind of like my semi-important books, I guess. These are just other books that I have that are not top tier like Han Gang, Kitamura, and Sally Rooney, and Kwan. But these are also books that are higher on my TBR list. So over in this corner, I have Our Evenings by Alan Hollinghurst. He won the Booker Prize in 2004 for his book called The Line of Beauty. And I only know that because I looked up who was the Booker Prize winner in the year that I was born. And that's really the only reason why I know this author. Next, I have Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I bought this one in Canada. So this is the Canada edition of the book published by Valentine Books. And so it's the big floppy one, only because hardcovers are expensive. Hardcovers are expensive. And so I bought this one in Canada because they had this paperback version that's the same size as the hardcover, but cheaper than the hardcover. Oh, let me show you this. I have 2 bookmarks. This is one of my favorite paintings. This one, I don't know if you can tell. I think it's called The Great Wave by Hokusai, a Japanese artist. And I got this in the airport at Japan, I believe. Yeah, and it's so cute. I love this bookmark. I think it's made of gold. Oh yeah, it's made of gold. I think it's gold plated. I don't know if it's real gold. I think I remember it saying that it was gold plated though. I also got this bookmark that my sisters gifted me. There's jellyfish on it. And they got this at a book festival. Oh, by the way, some honorable mentions. I have these 2 books up here because they don't fit in my bookshelf. This one is The Whale Caller by Zakes Mda and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. But I also have Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. And this one is Counterattacks at 30 by Won Pyung-sun. A Magical Girl Retired by Park So-yeon. YN by Esther Yi. I bought this one 2 years ago, I think. I bought this right when it was released because, I mean, as a K-pop fan, I want to read about crazy K-pop fans who are delusional for their bias. And so I bought it and I hated it. It was weird. It was like, it was generally like unconsumable for me. I could not get into the book. But recently I've been seeing a lot of people give this 5 stars and a lot of people are raving about it. At least the people who I watch. I was watching Nathan's Nook and Modern Algebra, and they said that they really liked this book. And so I thought I might give it another go. This is the book that I'm reading right now. This one is The Boyhood of Cain by Michael Amherst. Small Rain by Garth Greenwell. The Anthropologists by Aishigul Savage. Baumgartner by Paul Auster. Rejection by Tony Tulathimutte. But this book is incredible. Oh my god, it's incredible. I read this in January and I already know it's gonna be a top in 2025. Like, it's gonna be a top favorite for me. It's so incredibly good. Dear Dickhead by Despentes, which is probably gonna be another favorite in 2025 for me. This one is Two-Step Devil by Jamie Quattro. Oh, this one's signed. I went to a book festival and I saw her, and so she signed it. And I also have When Haru Was Here by Dustin Tao. Dustin came to my state and I was not able to go because I'm currently at my university, and he came in the middle of the week, so I couldn't like go to his event, but I had my sister go for me and she got it signed. She got it signed. Anyways, I have Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This one is the Booker Prize winner of 2024. And now over here are a stack of paperbacks that I have not read yet. These are all paperbacks that I'm meaning to get to. This one is Antarctica by Claire Keegan. I read 2 of the short stories in here. I have not finished the collection yet. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have not read it yet. Sorry, sue me. I will get around to it. It's just, the font is tiny. Tell me why the font is so small. That's literally the main reason why I don't want to pick up this book. It's just because the font is so small. I think I might just read it on my Kindle or something. Perfection by Vincenzo Latronico. Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont by Elizabeth Taylor. Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. Lie With Me by Felipe Besson. Holding Pattern by Jenny Xie. Another Person by Kang Hwa-gil. Tokyo Ueno Station by Yu Miri. The Impossible Fairy Tale by Han Yu-ju. When I bought this, I didn't realize, but it's very faint, but you see a dog, and that dog is horrifying. It's just staring into the depths of your soul, and it creeps me out. It creeps me out. How Do You Live by Genzaburo Yoshino. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I know. I know. I have not read it yet. And I'm ashamed to say so. I'm ashamed to say I haven't read it. I have Murakami's Novelist as a Vocation. This one is his memoir, or not a memoir. Is it a memoir? I don't know, but I think it's a compilation of essays about him talking about being a novelist and being an author. So that's why I picked it up. I'm really curious. Which is funny because I've never read Murakami before. And lastly, A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Oh guys, I completely forgot to mention. I got Orbital signed by the author too. At the same book festival as Jamie Quattro. So that's cool stuff. I originally, when I still had the room, I originally saved the bottom shelf for my school books, but that plan has failed. So over here, can you see? There you go. Over here, I have my K-pop albums. This is not the full collection. I have more back at my parents' house, but I'll talk about these too. I have my Kindle here. I'm not reading anything on my Kindle right now, but I just have it here. I also have my Diptyque notebook, but let's start with the K-pop albums, I guess. Zero Base One, Blue Paradise. This is my most recent purchase. I bought this 2-3 weeks ago. Boynextdoor's How. This is the album that got me into Boynextdoor. I love this album so much. TXT's The Name Chapter Temptation. I have most of TXT's albums. I have all of them starting from, I want to say, Good Boy Gone Bad, I think. I have all of them, but I don't have the newest album, the Star Chapter, Sanctuary, I think that's what it's called. I don't have that one. TXT's Free Fall. This one's the mini version with just Subin. I have the bigger one, but I left that one at home. The mini version of Temptation. And this one is also, this one is also Subin. I was really hoping to get Heating Kai, but I'm satisfied. You know, I'm satisfied. Boynexdoor's most recent release. This one is 19.99. I just think this one was released in October, the end of October, I think. And it was just the perfect time to release this album because I was also turning 20 around that time period. And I just love Boynexdoor's message and their whole shebang. Really good stuff. So the small version of TXT's Minisode 3 Tomorrow. This one, oh my God. When I got this, I actually screamed like in front of my friends. Like it was really funny. But this one is the Huening Kai version. And so I was really happy when I got it. The same Zero Base One album, Blue Paradise, but this one is the Hanbin version. And then I have this little notebook. This little notebook thing here. I got this in Korea. I got this at Artbox. I'm pretty sure. Artbox in Korea. And it's filled with photo cards. But I ran out of room. I have no more room in here. So, I don't know. I think I need another notebook soon. These are all the paperbacks that I have read. So, first of all, I have Love in the Big City by Sang-young Park. I got it signed by Jack Edwards. So the same event that Dustin Tao went to Arizona for, Jack Edwards was also there interviewing Dustin. And so I asked my sister to get me both of their signatures. Obviously, I don't have Jack's book, but I asked Jack to sign this one, mainly because he was the one who recommended me this book, and it's one of my favorite books to date. So I just got him signed. And we were FaceTiming while he was signing it for me, and so he just wrote, "See you next time." So hopefully I get to see him soon. All the Love Is in the Night by Mieko Kawakami. This one is Goodnight Tokyo by Atsuhiro Yoshida. Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. I have Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This one I read for school, but the rest of these books are books that I've read for school, so. This one is Moth Smoke by Mohsin Hamid. I have two of his books. I just talked about it, but I have Exit West right here. But the only reason why I have them separated is because I've read this one and I have not read this one yet. So that's why they're like that for now. This one is The Sound of the Mountain by Yasunari Kawabata. Oh, I didn't read this one. Oopsie. I don't know why this one's here, but I did not read this one. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. I'm Butterfly by David Henry Huang. Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This was the book that got me out of a 7-year reading slump. I opened this book and I just fell in love with reading again. Okay. I have The Abundance by Amit Majmudar. Mona in the Promised Land by Gish Jen. I hated this book. I have The Buddha in the Attic by Julie Otska. And that's it for this stack. And the rest of the books over here are kind of miscellaneous. I didn't know where else to put them, so I just kind of shoved them over here. Devils by Fyodor Dostoevsky, one of my favorite authors ever. I just have not read this one yet. I've read Crime and Punishment, The Idiot, and The Brothers Karamazov. I loved all three of them. I just haven't gotten to this one yet, mainly because I don't like this font. If I'm gonna be completely real, the main reason why I don't read books is mainly the font. Like, if the font is not in like a normal font, like Times New Roman or something, I feel turned off by it. Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. Phenomenal book. Phenomenal. I have Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke. Emma by Jane Austen, which I haven't read yet. Tell Me Everything by Elizabeth Strout. Am by Kim Thuy. Land of Milk and Honey by C. Pam Zhang. I also hated this book. This one is Passage West by Rishi Reddy. The Fraud by Zadie Smith. Very last thing. Victor LaValle's Destroyer. The one comic book that I have. And I read it for class. That's my bookshelf. Again, like I said earlier, I'm gonna post part 2 when I go back home and I'm able to film my books down there. But yeah, this is my little collection of books that have accumulated in the past 8-9 months. I got this bookshelf beginning of September and it is now end of April. So thank you so much for watching, and if you've read any of these books, please let me know. And if you have any recommendations based on the books that I already have, let me know as well. I'm always looking to buy more books. I'm gonna find a place to put these now. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.